Welcome once again. This is Sarker Afroz, lecturer, Department of English. Well, today I'm going to talk about pronoun, which is replaced by noun. Well, dear students, this topic is very important to know. Well, the question is why? Why it's important to know pronoun? Well, dear student, without pronoun, we constantly have to repeat nouns, and that would make our speech or writing more repetitive. In fact, without use of pronoun, your sentence seems very flat. But if you use pronoun in the sentence, it will help you to bring more flow in a sentence, and that make your sentence engrossing to the reader. So, I hope you understood is very important. Well, dear student, at the same time, it's very important to mention here that many of us oftentimes misuse pronouns. In casual conversation, those errors go by instantly, but that would not happen when you are writing anything. So, dear students, it's very important to know the correct use of pronoun to stop repetition of noun. So I hope you understood the gravity of this topic. Now let me start with some basic information about pronoun. So, well, dear student, you can see I'm ready to give you the informations I have written here already. You can see I have written here what is pronoun. I have already told you that what is pronoun and how it works. So here is the definition for you. Please give emphasis on this. Here is the definition. A pronoun is used instead of noun. It must be of the same number. That means, what is your number? You need to write this type of pronoun. Well, once again, I repeat it. A pronoun is used instead of noun. It must be of the same number, gender, and person as the noun for which it stands. So, dear students, hope you understood where pronoun basically used. Usually, pronouns are short words and they are used to make sentence less cluttered and less repetitive. Now, let's turn to another important part of pronoun, that is, functions of pronoun. Well, you can see I have written here how pronoun works. Well, first one, used to replace noun. It basically work to replace noun, stop repetition. Next one, it's used as a subject. Yes, dear students, suppose you are talking about Mim is a good student. In that case, you can replace noun Mim in replace Mim by writing she is a good student. So she is a pronoun. Like this way, you another topics used as a direct object. Well, dear students, next come is used as an indirect object. These are the functions. Well, dear student, these are the functions. You have to remember these things when you are using pronoun in your sentence, and at the same time it's important to know the functions of this pronoun. Well, next one is very important, use an object of preposition. Well, dear student, so hope understood the functions of pronoun. Next, it's very important to know everyone, because here all kinds of pronouns are available, and when you are using pronoun, it's important to know the classifications and the sections of pronoun. It will help you to use them properly in your sentence, and at the same time you will stop repetition of noun, which will help you to bring attraction to the reader speaker like this, and you will feel comfortable. Well, dear students, here you can see I have written first one, personal pronoun. It's a classification of pronoun. Dear students, remember, very important to know, though it's important to discuss everything in detail, but I'm giving you the surface of pronoun. So hope you understood this thing. This was personal pronoun. So I didn't write here the definition of personal pronoun, but I'm telling for your uh, convenience, I just want to say, well, now the definition of personal pronoun. Basically, personal pronouns are associated with certain person, things, or group. They are always specific and they are often used to replace a proper noun. I hope, dear students, you have enough idea about proper noun. Well, or they replace to a proper noun or a collective group of people or things. It's important to mention here that personal pronouns can be used as a subject or object in a sentence. And dear students, here are some example of personal pronoun that you can see. I, we, you, he, she, they, like this. They are the personal pronouns. Well, next come indefinite pronoun. Well, what indefinite pronoun means? Indefinite pronouns, those referring to one or more unspecified objects, beings, or places. In support of that, what I'll just say here are some example for you. You can see it's really uncertain. Any, some, none, all. These are the examples of indefinite pronoun. Next, interrogative pronoun. I hope you know this word interrogative. This basically help you to ask a question. Well, dear student, at the same time, this type of words are used to understand pronoun. So these are called interrogative pronoun. Well, interrogative pronouns, those which introduce a question. We can usually identify an interrogative pronoun by the fact that they often appear at the beginning of a question. Yes, dear student, there are some example for you, and that are who, what, which, why, when. They are known as interrogative pronoun. Well, next come reflexive pronoun. Well, dear, reflexive pronouns are preceded by adverb, adjective, pronoun, or noun, to which they refer an ending in self or selves. That means after word, this type of like my, you can use myself, or selves. If this is plural form, you can use here selves. So we can see here that reflexive pronoun are used to refer back to the subject and clause of a sentence. Well, here are some example. Myself, ourselves, yourself. Well, dear student, next come demonstrative pronoun. You can see there are 4 demonstrative pronoun that are this, that, those. These 4 are very important, and that these 4 are known as demonstrative pronoun. In English grammar, there are 4 types of demonstrative pronoun, but it's important to mention here that though they are 4 in number, but the use can be a bit tricky at times. Well, dear student, demonstrative pronoun basically used to point something specific within a sentence. You can see this book, that book. It's basically used to emphasize or to show something very specific. I hope you understood. Next come possessive. That means you have. You can see I have written here some example like mine, ours, theirs, yours, and hers. So what is the definition? Well, possessive pronouns are used to designating possession or ownership, and you will find possessive often follow phrases. Well, dear student, hope it's clear to you what is possessive pronoun. Next, relative pronoun. Yes, dear student, you can see I have written here WH word. That means interrogative word. Well, and next, that. So what relative pronoun actually means? Usually, relative pronoun refers to nouns mentioned previously. They will usually appear after a noun to help clarify the sentence or to give extra information. So, basically, relative pronouns are used to give extra information about subject. Next one, reflexive pronoun. There are two types of reflexive pronoun. That's are each other, one another. So the definition, yes dear student, I will ensure you the definition. Well, reciprocal pronouns are used to express mutual actions or relationship. Once again, I want to repeat, reciprocal pronouns are used to express mutual actions or relationship. They are mainly used to stop unnecessary repetition in a sentence. So you can use reciprocal pronoun when you want to stop unnecessary repetition. Next one, distribution. You have already known about this word distributive. That means you have to distribute something. Distributive pronouns are each, either, neither, like this. So it's important to know the definition of distributive. Well, a distributive pronoun considers member of a group separately rather than collectively. So these are 9 types of pronoun, which is very important when you are using pronoun in replaced of instead of pronoun. So just students, please give emphasis on this lecture and learn about the classification of pronoun, where to use pronoun and how to use pronoun. Dear student, you can see the types of pronouns which which is very important to discuss every classification individuals, and for that reason I need more class. Well, dear student, hope you get a primary knowledge about this topic pronoun. So dear students, in fine we can say the use of pronoun in a sentence or speech will make a sentence lucid and dynamic. So dear students, that's all for today. See you later in my next class. Thank you everyone.